Hello and welcome to this week's Tuesday review video. For today's video, we're going to be reviewing a foundation that I've been trying out for a little while now. This is the Clinique Superbalanced makeup. It is available at Sephora, but personally I bought mine at the Clinique counter. I'll tell you why in a second. This foundation says it's for dry to combination oily skin, so like 2-3 in the Clinique set. Mine is in the shade 32 Breeze, which is the lightest shade that Clinique foundations come in. Taking a look at the Clinique website, this retails for $33 Canadian, same price at both Clinique and at Sephora, so skin types 2-3, and it says the Smart Makeup Liquid Foundation with adjustable oil-free coverage provides moisture and absorbs oil when and where needed. Silky upon application. Benefits: balances skin, controls oil. So the idea with the Super Balanced makeup is it's supposed to really help hydrate your dry skin and really help control your oily skin, which is something I need a lot now. I've always said that I have dry combination skin, but I really feel like as life progresses, my skin is just going more extreme combo. Like I'm really oily in my forehead and then really bone dry everywhere else. So I was really looking for something that would help kind of balance it out. And I really had like a good feeling about this foundation. So eventually I just went for it and bought it. The reason I went to the Clinique counter rather than buying this foundation at Sephora is not only is the color selection better. Online at Sephora you can get all of the shades of the Clinique foundations, all of them, but they usually only have a couple in store. So if I wanted a sample, I was gonna have to pick one of 4 shades and see which one was closest to me. Whereas going to the Clinique counter meant I would have the whole range to choose from color-wise. And usually the samples at the Clinique counter are a little bit bigger. And actually, usually going to department stores and going to like brand-specific tables is really daunting because, you know, the salespeople can be really pushy and, you know, they're really like, I don't know, but I found that the girls that worked at the Clinique counter that I went to were so sweet. And I went there ready to buy this foundation, and she was like, no, honey, if you come back in a week, you get a gift with purchase. So you hang tight. I'll make you another sample, and then you come back in a week. And I was like, this girl is here for me. Like, oh, right. And it's actually service like that that makes me want to go back to that Clinique counter and buy things again because she was so great and she like made me not nervous, you know? This foundation provides what I would say a light coverage. It is buildable, but I like it light because it really looks like a second skin. So how I like to put it on is I take a little bit out and I literally dab it on my face and then rub it in with my hands. If I had to go in after and kind of dab everywhere with my makeup sponge, again, just kind of help absorb extra or help get rid of any streak marks or whatever, I will do that, but I don't really feel like I have to. It really just looks like my skin perfected, which is what I wanted, you know. There are so many foundations that I like, but they still look a little bit makeup-y. And I really wanted a foundation that didn't look makeup-y because of like the life that I live and the other people that I know and I hang out with, like nobody has really makeup-y looking skin. And I don't want to have really makeup-y looking skin. I want to have just skin that looks nice. And that's what this is. Do you have a lot of acne to cover? You have a lot of spots? This is not going to do that. Or you can do this with concealer, but this really just gives your skin an overall perfected look. It is the foundation I'm wearing right now, and I think my skin looks pretty good. The other thing I had to say is that this claims that it balances oil and hydrates dryness, which I was so skeptical at first, because like how can one formula do both things, you know? But somehow it does. I'm not extreme oily, so I don't know how well it controls oil. Like if you're really oily, you might not like it. But for the oil that I get on my forehead, it does a pretty good job keeping it matte and keeping it not greasy. Like this is just how it looks, you know, keeping it good. And then the dry parts of my face, usually by the time I'm done work and I'm done my day, my skin looks so haggard. Like I look like I haven't slept in months. I look like I died like a week ago. I look so dry and so ugh. And I actually feel like when I wear this foundation, my skin looks better at the end of the day than it did in the morning before I put my foundation on. Like it looks plumper, it looks more hydrated. It's so nice. It looks the way I've always wanted my skin to look in my dry areas. If you watch my videos a lot, you know that I get really dry, like right here by my eyes. And it's like, it gets really liney there and the skin is almost rough. It's so dry. And I feel like ever since using this foundation, we don't get that as much. My skin is like plumper. I will say that it doesn't have the best lasting power in the sense that like, you can tell obviously I'm a little bit sniffly today. I blew my nose when I was at work, and when I took the tissue off my nose, it was covered in foundation. Like I came home and before I shot this video, I added a little more to my nose. Not enough, I don't think, but whatever. I added a little more foundation to my nose because it was all gone from me blowing my nose that one time. So I'm gonna say if your face is gonna touch a lot of stuff, don't wear this foundation. But I really like it. And I also really like that it's only $33. Like when I think about drugstore foundations, they're getting up there. Like my L'Oreal Lumi foundation is $20, you know what I mean? And so for this to be a high-end foundation and be only like $10 more, So all in all, I really like the Clinique Superbalanced makeup. They actually do have another version of this, the Clinique Superbalanced Silk, I think. I had a sample of that one as well, and I didn't like it as much as I liked this one. Just putting that out there. This one is a little bit heavier though. It does have a little more coverage. I think that's why I like it more, but the other one was fine. I just didn't like it as much. Anyway, back to my outro. This has been my video on the Clinique Superbalanced makeup. I really like it. I think it's worth the $33. What can I say? I found another great foundation. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and you subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already, and I will see you next time. Bye!